Thank you for choosing to tune into The Faction this weekend. It is a heavy music radio takeover like nothing we have done before. We know you can't go to Unify this year, so we are bringing it to you. All weekend on The Faction, you will hear the bands that played over the years. We'll dig up some old Unify interviews. We'll also do some new interviews with the bands that played at Unify. That brings me to this man. His name is Mikey. He's the man, the brains. He's the voice behind Melbourne band The Gloom in the corner. He joins me now. Mikey, thank you for chatting to The Faction.
Oh, thank you for having me on, man.
So you got to play what is now the most recent Unify in your home state. That must have been special.
Yeah, it was. Like, a lot of us have been patrons of Unify over, like, since it started. Like, I think I went to, I think it was the second one because that was when I was old enough to go. So, yeah, that was, like, we've been, like, fairly frequent patrons of the event over the course of the last 5 or 6 years. It's actually how I met Paul, our current bassist. I met him at the first Unify that I went to. But yeah, like, we've always been big fans of the festival. We've always wanted to play, and we were lucky enough to get the Thursday night slot to warm everybody up for Friday and, well, more so Saturday, I guess, given how the weekend turned out. But it was an awesome time. But we went through quite a lot to kind of get to play that night.
Can I ask what you went through?
Yeah, of course. So kind of like a couple of months before we actually did Unify, we switched over our entire live rig to, like, we call it the big box, and it basically runs like all of our in-ear monitoring systems so we can hear ourselves properly live. And, it runs like all like backing tracks, etc., all through a laptop. And there have been a couple of instances where it had screwed up on us, just over the course of shows, but it had been tiny things. And basically, we got to Thursday night, and we got up on stage, and we plugged everything in as per usual. Like, we thought we had it all down pat by that stage, and nothing was coming through the PA but hiss.
Oh.
So for the first 10 minutes of us setting up, which is our normal setup time, we were running around, like, frequently trying to figure out what the hell was going on. And surprisingly enough, for once, it wasn't something on our end that screwed up. Because there's a good old saying apparently amongst our fans where it's not a gloom show if something doesn't fuck up. It's been a long running thing. So we were very surprised to find out that it actually wasn't on our end. And what proceeded to happen was whoever used the mixing desk last, like, some mixing desks are like digital, so you can put USBs in them for like certain settings, etc. Whoever used the mixing desk last, when he pulled out his USB, didn't pull it out properly and completely fried the desk.
Oh, yeah.
Yep. And we just happened to be the next contenders to use the desk. It's it's one of those things. It's an easy mistake to make. But in a festival environment, it's one of those fuck ups which can, like, almost ruin the festival. So yeah, for the next 35 minutes, we were standing around on stage trying to get everything sorted, and it wasn't on us. And our engineer, Joel, did the best that he could, given the circumstances. They had to completely reset the desk and everything. But what really made that performance special was we were standing on stage for 35 minutes, and everybody was just egging us on. Like, they were that eager for us to play. Even when Nick was doing, like fill time to just, like, try and get the drum level adjustments right, people started moshing and stuff like that, despite the fact that we weren't even actually playing. So yeah, like, that's the best kind of reception that we've had as a band, was just, like, watching a crowd of 800, 900 people just, like, waiting eagerly to see us play. And then, yeah, when we finally kicked off 35 minutes past our scheduled slot, someone got knocked out 4 seconds into the set, which is what I love to hear.
That story, that anecdote is a testament to, one, the caliber of people who go to Unify, that they understand